So in the last video, we talked about the Prisma Studio, and going forward, we're going to look at our data only in the studio instead of running this find many command over and over again. So I'm going to create a new terminal session here. Actually, I'll do a split terminal. Yeah, let's do a split terminal. And I'll run npx Prisma Studio here. So now whenever I want to look at my database, I'll just show you all this Prisma Studio. So again, this is the data we're working with. I'll slide it back over here. And I have lots of windows open, so excuse me. And let's now talk about updating with Prisma. So we can do update a user. So let's do const updated user. I'm just calling it that to be more verbose. It's just a variable. Await Prisma dot not create, but sorry, Prisma dot user dot not create, but update. Open a pair of parentheses, open a pair of brackets, and if you peek at the TypeScript, we have data and where. So these are the important parts. So data is what do we want to change, and where is who do we want to change. If we don't put a where, it's going to update all the rows in our database to the same updated data. So let's do where ID is 5. Okay. And let's do data. I want to change the name to Rock Lee. As you can see right now, it's null. Or in our studio, right now it's null. Also, check out this fancy refresh button. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. And updated user again returns the updated user by default. So we'll do npm run dev. We'll see our updated user returned and logged. And in our studio, if I refresh, boom, we have an updated name. Okay, let's update not a user, but let's update many users. And to do that, we can do update many. And I am not going to put a where because I'll update all of our users to the same data. And I'm going to update all my users. Updated many updated users. I'm going to update all the users' names to redacted. Redacted. So now everyone's name in the database is going to be changed to redacted. And similar to create many, update many will not return all of the rows affected. It will only return the count. So it should return a count of 3. So we can see npm run dev, count of 3, perfect. Go to our studio, refresh, redacted, redacted, redacted. Perfect. We updated all the users in our database. Very simply. Okay. And then finally, I want to talk about something called upsert. Upsert. So upsert is kind of a combination of create and update. So basically, if the resource does not exist, it'll create it. If the resource does exist, it'll update it. Right? It's going to be like a kind of like an if-else statement. Right? So let's see this in action. Const upserted user equal to await prisma.user upsert, not update, upsert. Okay. And we need to have 3 fields: a where, a create, and an update. So we'll do where the email is s.nara@example.com. And then, so it's going to look for a user with email s.nara@example.com. If this user does not exist, it'll enter the create block, right? So we'll create a user example.com, and a name of Shikamaru Nara. If it looks up an email of snarexample.com and it finds that user, it's not going to enter the create block. It's going to enter the update block. So here we'll update to Shikamaru Nara updated. So we'll throw in a little updated inside of its name. Okay, so we'll run this 2 times, right, to see how this works. So the first time, it should enter the create block because we don't have this snara@example.com, right? So this updated user should have this data. Let's try it out. npm run dev. Perfect. And go to our studio. Perfect. So now if I run npm run dev again, I'm not changing the code at all. We're going to find the where. So we will not create, we will update. So let's run it one more time. Boom. We have updated it, and ID is still 6 as it was before, email is still the same, and the name has been updated to Shikamaru Nara updated. Refresh, and that's our updated name. And if I run it again, it's just going to keep updating, but the updated information is the same. So it'll only create if it doesn't exist. If it exists, it'll update it. So this is a very situational command too, but I think it's really important to know. And it's also, like, Prisma makes it so easy to work with. Awesome. So that's updating and upserting.